and welcome to another video. Sit down, relax, take a breath if you want to. My name's Charlie and welcome to another speed build. In today's video I'm going to be doing a modern eco lifestyle build using the new pack and a few others because I do have a bit of a pack problem. I also learned a bit of a trick in the box windows that come with the pack. You can place objects, so you can place clutter on the windowsill, but there's a bit of a trick, a bit of a cheat way to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So stick with me and let's jump into the build. So here I'm building a 1x1 room and I'm placing a floor piece on top of it. And then I delete all the walls and then it creates like a floating floor piece, so you can move it up and down wherever you want, and it gives you a lot more freedom to place the floor at different heights. And I really used this little trick to my advantage during this build because I wanted to kind of bury a bit of the house. I've seen a few eco houses that have this kind of almost hobbit house kind of look to them, so I wanted to incorporate this but also make it look really modern. Basically what I did was I typed in modern eco house into Google and I picked one of the first pictures that came up. So if you type modern eco house into Google, you can probably have a look and find the house that I took inspiration from quite easily. I really wanted to play about with height differences in this build, so like terrain height, wall height. I wanted to make it look like you had different heights of different walls on the same level, which isn't something you can do in The Sims. So I did that using half walls. So what I'm doing here is creating a stairway that's on 2 levels with a bit of a landing. So to create that, I'm using the terrain tool and I'm creating 3 different levels. So you've got the top level, the middle level, and then the ground floor. And that middle level is where your first set of stairs are going to go, and then you're going to have a little landing area. So you just create a nice contrast in height that way. I created quite a big wall with the doorway going through it, which I thought looked really interesting. So I just really used all the tricks I could to create different levels of height, because in my opinion that's quite an eye catcher. Does anyone know if you've resized the solar panels, if they still work? I haven't tried that out yet. If you do know, just drop me a comment down below. Thanks. I don't know about you, but I really like the new windows and doors that we got in the pack. I think they're great. They're big, they're open, they let a lot of light in. So I really wanted to showcase these in this build, and I think I've exclusively used windows and doors from Eco Lifestyle. There are so many great objects in the build and buy. I was really impressed. This is my first build with this pack and it's the first time I'd seen any of the items, and I was just really impressed. My only real complaints are the cartoony items. I'm not a big fan of the cartoony items. You know, like the microscope, how big that is and unrealistic. I can't see many people having that size microscope in their home. And it's the same with the Do Collector and the Recycler. They're all just big cartoony items and I'm just not a fan. I would never use them in any of my builds. But I'm sure there's people that love them. So you got to include something for everyone, I suppose. So now I'm just going round and I'm adding grass. I'm adding solar panels and wind turbines. I'm so happy that we've got these objects in the game now, because before I had to go into debug to get the solar panels, and because they're debug, they don't work, you can't use them, they're just basically there for decoration. But I love that we've got functioning renewable energy in the pack now. At the moment I'm building on the lot that's called Shipping Views, I think. That's where that horrible container house is. But as my build's progressing, I'm realising that it's not really suitable for that lot because I've built it up quite high, I add rocks to it. So when I took a second to look at the lot, I realised it wasn't the right one, so I ended up moving it to, I think it's called the Old Mill, because that's quite a rocky area. It's more natural, less industrial. Although you've got that big waste plant behind it, it still matches quite well. So in a minute you'll see it change, and I've moved it to the Old Mill. I hope everyone that's watching is doing well. I hope you're healthy. I hope your loved ones are safe. I left the house for the first time in ages today to go into town and do a bit of shopping, now that a few of the shops are open, and it's just so weird. Like, it feels like we're living in the middle of a disaster film. But I did get this lovely mug, Pound, from Pound World, which is an absolute bargain. Just thought I'd give you that little tip there. So now I'm working on the floor plan of the house, and the floor plans stress me out. Like, I'm not very good at it. I just go with the flow and just do what feels right, really. I look at other people's builds and I'm like, how the hell did you come up with that? It looks amazing, but My rooms just tend to be more like little boxes, to be honest. But they're easier to furnish that way. So this house is quite big, so I'm only going to show you a few of the rooms. I'm going to show you the kitchen, the living room, one of the bathrooms. It's actually got an apartment on the top story as well. So it's like a little one-bed apartment with a bathroom, kitchen, and I thought that would be quite cool for your sim to rent out. It's like a nice little self-contained apartment, or if you've got a teenage sim in the household, then they could go up there and live, or it could be quite a good like granny annex or something. I've gone for quite natural colours in this build, like earth tones, just to stick with that eco vibe, bringing it back to nature, like a lot of greens and brown. In the living room I wanted it to look like almost the walls were made of mud, like they'd use some kind of natural material to build the wall. And I've included a lot of plant and a lot of items that look like they could be naturally sourced. Oh, so now I'm going to show you how to place clutter on the windowsills in the new windows that we got. So what you need to do, you need to have bb.move objects turned on to do this. So you want to have your wall and your window already placed, and then you just delete the wall. You might have to shift the camera around to do this and just get it in the right position, but then you can move your clutter up. I tried for ages trying to place clutter on this windowsill and it just wasn't working. It was glitching, the item would disappear onto the ground floor, or it was really annoying. But I don't know what made me think to delete the wall, but that's what works. So just make sure you delete that wall with move objects on, and then you can place whatever you want in the windowsill. For the apartment upstairs, I've gone much more kind of bohemian than the furnishings that I've gone for downstairs in the main house. I've kind of imagined the sim that's renting this apartment to be more bohemian, more artsy. I've put like an easel and some canvases in the bedroom. They've got a lot more makeshift furniture. They've got exposed brick, so it's all just a slight kind of hipster, hippie vibe for the upstairs apartment. Oh, and I've used the ladder as well, so to access the apartment you have to use the ladder, and that's on the side of the house. I don't think I showed that in the speed build, but it's just kind of behind the main door. I'm interested to know if there's any content that you'd like to see. Something maybe like a let's play, a rags to riches, a 100 baby challenge. I do love building, but I also love playing the game as well, so if you've got any ideas, please let me know. Tweet me, leave a comment down below, and I'll see what I can do, because I really want to start putting out 2 videos a week. When I get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, I'll be doing a pack giveaway, and the details of that will be released on my Twitter within the next few days, so make sure you're following me. All the details on how to enter that will be included in my tweet. So that's just about everything for this speed build. I had a lot of fun building it. It's probably one of my most favourite builds in a while, and that's mainly because of the new pack. It's available to download on the gallery. I think I've called it something very creative, like Eco 4-bed house, but I'll leave that in the description box below if you want to download it, and my gallery ID will also be below if you want to get your hands on this house. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my handle is @Charliedmonk, which is the same as my YouTube. If you've got any questions, if you want me to explain how I've done anything in the build, drop me a comment down below or tweet me. But thank you so much for watching. I try to release new videos every Friday, so if you've enjoyed the video, please thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.